They thought you were quiet because you were unsure. They mistook your stillness for softness, your silence for submission. But that's the problem with the uninitiated. They don't know that the real ones don't bark before the strike. They don't announce presence, they become it. You weren't sitting in silence. You were surveying the terrain, clocking the micro expressions, mapping the energy field, tracking the spirit signatures behind every smile. See, when you walk in the room, the atmosphere edits itself. The frequency checks itself. The shadows straighten their posture, not because they respect you, but because they fear being seen. Because real presence isn't loud, it's lethal. And you were built for quiet war. You don't need to speak for the room to tremble. You don't need to shout truth. Your very breath glitches lies. You know what's off before it speaks. You feel what's hidden before it moves. And they thought they were watching you. You were recording everything. Spirit level surveillance. Spiritual sonar. While they flexed with fake power and inflated ego, you listened. Tracked. Remembered. Because that's what silent ones do. You learned their patterns, clocked their rituals, watched their mimicry spiral into mockery. And just when they thought they had you boxed in, boom, you moved. And the room, it shattered. Not from force, not from drama, but from knowing. You dropped one truth and the scripts went scrambling. You breathed and the timeline bent. You looked someone dead in the eye and their mask slipped. They weren't ready for that. They never are. Because they don't plan for the ones who wait. They plan for the noisemakers, not the calm ones who sit like loaded code, waiting for the moment to override. See, you never needed a stage. You are the performance. Your presence does more damage than their whole operation. You're the vibration they can't scrub, the shadow they can't outrun. And what they feared most, that you were taking notes, that you weren't asleep, that you saw it all and stayed quiet on purpose. That kind of power, it's terrifying. Because when the silent ones speak, the universe listens. And when the chosen moves, the simulation stutters. That's what you did. You shook a room with no movement, broke a curse with no spell, shifted fates with a glance. Because you were never trying to fit in. You were auditing the matrix. And now they know. Now they scramble when you're still. Now they perform harder hoping you don't notice the glitch. Now they act unbothered while checking your every move. Because you flipped the game in silence. They thought the quiet ones were last. They didn't realize you were the ones writing the damn code. Lil Wayne said, real G's move in silence like lasagna. That's you.